RHOP's Stacey Rusch talks pushing Keiarna's buttons as Wendy suggests Keiarna uses Stacey for attention, plus Keiarna calls out Stacey. Stacey Rusch reflected on her drama with Keiarna Stewart after Sunday night's new episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Following their heated spat on the show, Stacey threw shade at Keiarna and her issues, making it clear that she was unbothered by her castmate, as the cast spoke of the tension between them, with Wendy Osifo suggesting Keiarna came for Stacey for attention and Keiarna admitting she was unimpressed by Stacey's lack of authenticity. "I don't live my life trying to push buttons, but apparently I do," Stacey began on the November 30th episode of the RHOP after show. "I don't think about Kay. I think that's probably the biggest sentence of the season for me, is I'm not thinking about Kay. And that bothers her." "She wants her to," Wendy interjected. "Well, we can all want," Stacey replied. "And it is not my job to analyze or unpack Kay's issues. We do not have enough time in this show for that." Elsewhere, as Monkey Samuels noted that Stacey infuriates Keiarna, saying that she simply doesn't have the capacity to be around Stacey, Tia Glover said the women have it out for each other, and Gizelle Bryant said they become different people when they fight. Ashley Darby also weighed in, recalling that after the cast's trip to Lake Norman, in which Stacey and Keiarna shared a room, Keiarna suggested Stacey was a different person behind closed doors. "The night before we left to come back home, Kay even said, 'Y'all don't know Stacey.' She said, 'The person that I see at night in our room, that's not who y'all see,'" she explained. So Kay has already been onto this charade that Stacey is putting up, and I think she's done. Although Gizelle seemed to think that Stacey and Keiarna acted differently when they interacted with each other, Wendy and Stacey thought otherwise. "I don't think Kay becomes a different person when she argues with Stacey. I feel like when Kay is angry, that's who she really is," Wendy suspected. In her own RHOP after-show segment, Keiarna described herself as a grown *** woman who knows how to have a conversation before admitting that she doesn't exactly dislike Stacey. "I do not like Stacey. I think she's a great time when she's being whatever version of herself that's normal. But it's exhausting for me to see somebody play on my intelligence consistently with things that I know are facts. And she manages to throw rocks and hide them very well," Keiarna noted. According to Keiarna, she feels that Stacey has an air about her that's not real. "I'm totally for, this is your persona and you're able to stay in it, and I think that's an art, but for me, the realness in myself, it's just like, girl, I'm trying to find something about you that could be likable that is true to who you are," she explained. "Everyone else in this group finds some level of authenticity to show for themselves and what they have going on, and I'm just very unimpressed by it," she added. The Real Housewives of Potomac Season 10 airs Sundays at August 7th, see on Bravo. Stacey Rusch and Keiarna Stewart's tension on The Real Housewives of Potomac has officially moved from simmer to full boil, and the latest after show made it clear this feud isn't going away anytime soon. After the episode, Stacey admitted that while she doesn't try to push Keiarna's buttons, she clearly does. She even joked that the quote of the season for her is, "I'm not thinking about Kay," adding that Keiarna simply isn't on her mind. That casual dismissal is exactly what seems to set Keiarna off. Reality blurb. Wendy Osifo chimed in with her own take, suggesting that Keiarna goes after Stacey partly for attention and entertainment value, calling Stacey almost like Keiarna's favorite toy in the group dynamic. In Wendy's eyes, Stacey's cool, unbothered attitude only makes Keiarna push harder because it denies her the emotional reaction she's looking for. Bravo +1. But Keiarna is not just sitting quietly in the background. She's made it very clear she's unimpressed with Stacey and questions how authentic she really is. According to Keiarna, everyone else in the group shows some real, vulnerable side of themselves, while Stacey feels too curated, too controlled, almost like a persona rather than a person. She's also claimed Stacey is different behind closed doors than she is in front of the cameras, hinting that what viewers see may not be the full story. Reality blurb. Other cast members have their own theories. Monique Samuels has pointed out that Stacey infuriates Keiarna, while Tia Glover thinks the two women simply have it out for each other. Gizelle Bryant has observed that when Stacey and Keiarna clash, they both turn into heightened versions of themselves, almost like they're stepping into combat roles rather than everyday disagreements. Reality blurb +1. At this point, the Stacey-Keiarna dynamic has become one of the central storylines of the current season. With both women holding full-time positions in the cast and not backing down, viewers are watching a power struggle in real time, one woman trying to protect her image and peace, and the other demanding authenticity and emotional honesty. Whether you're Team Stacey, Team Keiarna, or just here for the drama, one thing is clear: this feud is giving Potomac exactly the kind of layered, messy, compelling conflict that keeps fans tuning in every week.